15 mind-blowing facts about Sweden, the world's most eccentric country. Travel documentary. Sweden, where silence stirs the soul and simplicity speaks volumes. It's no stereotype. This is the land of waffles, cozy cafes, and whisper-chic design. But what if that quiet charm is just a gateway to something far stranger and far more surprising? In Stockholm, Fika is more than a coffee break. It's a daily ritual of connection. And in the north, the Arctic night dances in waves of blue and purple, painting the sky with tales older than time. But that's just the beginning. So why do people from all over the world not only visit, but stay? What makes Sweden more than a country, but a curiosity? This is Travel Documentary, and what you're about to see will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about this Nordic wonder. Number 15. Sweden, the most livable country in the world. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a place where nature, fairness, and safety blend together like a dream? Welcome to Sweden, a country that has it all: towering forests, breathtaking lakes, and over 3,200 kilometers of coastline. It's not just vast, it's also incredibly beautiful. Come and live in a country where 70% of its land area is covered in lush forests, dotted with thousands of sparkling lakes. Whether you enjoy hiking, skiing, or simply relaxing by the water, Sweden's natural wonders offer endless adventures. And if you thought winter was cold, wait until the magic of the northern lights lights up the night sky. But wait, it gets better. Sweden is also home to one of the best standards of living in the world. Free education from kindergarten to university? Check. Almost free healthcare? Absolutely free. Sweden has your back when it comes to taking care of its people, so it's no surprise that it's consistently ranked as one of the happiest places on Earth. Now here's a thought. What's the secret to Sweden's success? Is it just the cool weather? Or is there something deeper that makes this quirky country a global favorite? Stay tuned as we uncover more surprising facts. Want to know about Sweden's wildest traditions, cuisine, and unique cultural quirks? Trust me, you'll want to check them all out. Number 14. The world's largest importer of waste. Did you know that Sweden is the world's largest importer of waste? Yes, you heard that right. Sweden is one of the world's leading recycling nations, processing almost all of its waste. What's the reality? Less than 1% of household waste ends up in landfills. This impressive recycling system is supported by a waste-to-energy program, but there's a catch. Sweden doesn't have enough waste at home to sustain the system, so they have to import around 800,000 tons of waste from other countries to keep the system running. What's even more interesting is that these countries actually pay Sweden to take their waste. As a result, Sweden not only has the trash it needs to recycle, but it also makes money from it. Thanks to its world-class waste management system, Sweden has clean air and clean streets, making it one of the cleanest countries in the world. Number 13. Swedish women are beautiful and attractive. Ever met someone who lights up a room when they walk in? It could be a Swedish girl. Fair skin, captivating blue-gray eyes, golden hair like the Nordic summer sun. And all real, no filters, no heavy makeup. But wait. Beauty is just the tip of the iceberg. What makes them really attractive is on the inside. Their confidence, their independence, and the way they talk. Straightforward but subtle. No beating around the bush, no vague flirting. They love freedom, respect equality, and in love, they don't need anyone to provide for them, just a companion to enjoy life. And yes, don't be surprised if when dating, they offer to split the bill. For them, love is fun. No one bothers anyone. If you are not compatible, say it clearly. If they are no longer happy in the relationship, they will not hesitate to leave. Because for them, love should bring joy and comfort, not a burden or something to endure. Want to score points with a Swedish girl? You will need some secret strategies. Want to know what they are? Type the number 8. Below the video, I will reveal the most interesting part to you. Number 12. Special Fika coffee culture. You think drinking coffee is to stay awake for work. In Sweden, people drink coffee to live a better life. It sounds a bit exaggerated, but it's completely true. Swedes are among the world's top coffee addicts. On average, each person drinks a few cups a day, and not sweet cappuccinos, but black, strong coffee, no sugar, no milk. True to the Nordic tradition. Simple, strong, no nonsense. It's actually a ritual at work. Many companies even require employees to set aside time for Fika, which means drinking coffee, eating cakes, and chatting with colleagues every day. A Fika session is often wrapped up in fragrant cakes, especially cinnamon rolls, and a hot cup of coffee. But most importantly, the atmosphere is still light, comfortable, and unhurried. Swedes believe that Fika not only reduces stress, but also increases productivity and strengthens relationships, from colleagues, friends, to family. Have you ever experienced a true break like Fika? If you could choose, who would you like to drink coffee and chat with every day like that? Number 11. Interesting facts about Sweden. Would you live in a place where your neighbors can look up your income and assets with just a click? In Sweden, it's completely normal. From how much you earn, how much tax you pay, to whether you own a house or a car, it's all as public as a coffee shop menu. They believe that transparency reduces tax evasion and increases social trust. But for foreigners, it might be a little creepy. And if you're looking for a place where you can recharge your solar energy 24 hours a day, hello, northern Sweden. In the summer, there's a phenomenon called midnight sun, meaning it's bright all day and all night without having to turn on the lights. But then winter comes, it's dark all the time, and you might not see the sun for weeks at a time. Romantic or gloomy, depends on your mood. The sweetest part? Swedes are crazy about candy. The average person eats 17 kilograms of it every year. They even have Candy Saturday, a day when the whole country rushes to the candy store, buys bags full, and eats to the bone. A sweet but scientific day. And if you find making phone calls a pain, Sweden is the place for you. They hate making phone calls so much that many companies don't even bother to give out their phone numbers. There's even an annual phone-throwing tournament to relieve stress. Number 10. The most liberal and modern education system in the world. In Sweden, education from kindergarten to university is completely free. Not only that, but students are encouraged to ask questions, debate, and express their opinions freely, not just acquiring knowledge in one way. Schools place less emphasis on grades and more on developing life skills, creative thinking, and collaboration. Small classes, friendly teachers, flexible learning environments, and often incorporating outdoor activities and hands-on experiences enrich students' education. And university, even more fun. You can study entirely in English, in hundreds of subjects, such as technology, environment, design, or social policy. Education in Sweden is more than just a degree. It is a journey to becoming a true global citizen. Are you considering studying in Sweden and university? Even more fun. You can study entirely in English in hundreds of subjects such as technology, environment, design, or social policy. Education in Sweden is more than just a degree. It is a journey to becoming a true global citizen. Number 9. Unique Ice Hotel. The Unique Ice Art Hotel. Looking for a truly unique place to stay? This is one of the most unique hotels in the world. Located about 200 kilometers or 125 miles above the Arctic Circle, this frozen masterpiece has been attracting visitors since it first opened in 1989. Every winter, the hotel is completely rebuilt with a new design showcasing stunning ice sculptures created by talented artists from around the world. What's even more exciting? Come spring, the hotel melts away, disappearing back into nature, only to be reborn the following winter. So, this hotel is more than just a place to stay. It's a temporary work of art. Guests staying at the Ice Hotel can enjoy a variety of experiences, including viewing the Arctic lights, snowboarding, taking an ice sculpting class, or relaxing in a traditional Nordic sauna. Would you dare sleep in a room made entirely of ice? Let us know in the comments. Would you try it, or would you rather stay in a warmer house? Number 8. Parental leave extended to 480 days. In the United States, maternity leave typically lasts only 12 weeks, 84 days. But what about Sweden? Parents are given up to 480 days of paid leave. This generous policy applies to both mothers and fathers, allowing them to bond with their children from the moment they are born. It's a very generous policy, allowing both parents to be involved in childcare. But that's not all. Sweden also offers support services like child benefits, free healthcare, and flexible work options. These benefits make Sweden one of the most family-friendly countries in the world, ensuring a perfect balance between work and family life. Do you want to spend as much time with your children as the Swedes do? If I were you, I would really want it, because it is a valuable opportunity to build strong family ties and help children develop comprehensively. Number 7. Important things to know when visiting Sweden. How do you feel? What do I need to prepare before coming to Sweden to avoid being surprised? This is an extremely important question for those who want to fully experience this Nordic country. First, make sure your passport is valid for at least 6 months from the date of entry. If you are staying to study or work, prepare a residence permit in advance. Also, try to learn some basic Swedish phrases for daily communication. The most interesting thing you need to know: Sweden is almost a cashless society. You will find that most shops and cafes only accept cards or phone payments such as Swish or Apple Pay. Cash is sometimes banned, so don't forget to bring your card. Public transportation here is unquestionable. The Stockholm subway is extremely fast and punctual. Taxis are extremely expensive, so Uber and Bolt are your best friends. But even though it is the safest country in the world, be careful of petty theft, especially in crowded places. Finally, Swedes love quiet and privacy. Don't ask them about their salary or personal matters, and don't talk loudly or make noise after 10 p.m., because this is an unwritten rule that everyone must follow. You see, Sweden is not only a land of breathtaking natural beauty, but also a place where every little detail has a big meaning. And hey, here are 7 more amazing facts waiting for you. Ready to fly high? Check out the next one. Number 6. Swedish Passport. One of the most powerful passports in the world. Has anyone ever told you which passport opens the most doors in the world? The Swedish passport is considered one of the most powerful passports in the world, allowing Swedish citizens to travel freely to more than 190 countries and territories without a visa. This great benefit not only makes traveling easier, but also opens up many opportunities in business, education, and scientific research. Having lived, worked, and studied in many countries in the European Union, almost all of them require a work permit or visa. For the Swedes, no requirement. This opens up many opportunities in the fields for me to develop. But that's not all. The Swedish passport is not only powerful in terms of benefits, but also has a beautiful design. Under ultraviolet light, images of Swedish nature will appear, turning the passport into a special work of art. And don't forget the security features. Swedish passports are famous for their high level of privacy protection. Would you like to have the same freedoms as Swedish citizens with your passport? What would you do with all those opportunities? Number 5. Lake Vanern, Sweden's largest lake. Lake Vanern, Sweden's largest lake, is one of Europe's hidden gems that few people know about. That's right. With an area of around 5,655 square kilometers, larger than the US state of Delaware. The lake is not only a huge source of fresh water, but also a paradise for nature lovers and explorers. Interestingly, Vanern is more than just a lake. It's more like an inland sea, with countless small islands, long stretches of white sand, and lush pine forests hugging its shores. One thing that makes it different, according to the latest figures from 2025, Vanern holds nearly 150 billion cubic meters of water, enough to provide water for millions of people and maintain a rich ecosystem. This is a place worth planning a trip to, where nature and culture blend together beautifully. Has anyone been there? Share your experiences or plans. Number 4. Arctic Lights, a magnificent natural phenomenon. The Northern Lights, also known as the Aurora Borealis, are one of the most spectacular and mystical natural wonders you can witness in Sweden. But what makes them so special? Charged particles from the solar wind collide with the Earth's magnetic field, creating a stunning display of blue, purple, pink, and even red light in the night sky. It's like nature is throwing a party, and you're invited. And here's the fun part. The best time to see this magical light show is in the winter, from September to March. That's when the sky is dark, with no sunlight, giving you the perfect opportunity to see the brightest lights. Where should you go to see them? The northern regions of Sweden, such as Kiruna, Abisko, and Jukkasjärvi, are some of the best places to see this one-of-a-kind show. It's no surprise that seeing the northern lights leaves visitors speechless. The colors, the movement, the sheer beauty. It feels like you've stepped into another world. Ready to take your taste buds on an adventure? Read on to discover some of the unique dishes that define the culinary culture of Sweden and beyond. Number 3. A taste of Nordic cuisine. What makes Swedish cuisine so special? Swedish cuisine is a true reflection of its Nordic roots, with traditional dishes made from fresh ingredients like fish, meat, potatoes, and berries. But what exactly are these dishes? One of the most famous is Swedish meatballs, köttbullar, often served with lingonberry sauce and mashed potatoes. You'll also find fermented herring, and smörgåstårta, a Swedish sandwich that's popular during the holidays. And there's more. Another signature dish is gravlax, smoked salmon, often served as an appetizer during the holidays. It's served with rye bread and honey mustard sauce, giving it a sweet and slightly sour taste. Swedish cuisine is not only delicious, but also reflects simplicity and sophistication in its preparation. Each dish is carefully prepared, with an emphasis on quality ingredients and delicate flavors, celebrating moments spent with loved ones. The next time someone invites you to eat smörgåstårta or try surströmming, don't be afraid. Smile, chew slowly, and remember, in Sweden, the more strange something is, the more enjoyable it is. Number 2. Midsummer, Sweden's most important festival. When you think of Sweden, what comes to mind first? One of the most exciting traditions you can experience is Midsummer, the most important festival of the year. This vibrant festival takes place on the Friday closest to June 21st, marking the longest day of the year. On Midsummer Day, Swedes gather to raise the midsummer pole, dance around it, sing traditional folk songs, and play fun games. Of course, there's food. Enjoy typical Swedish dishes like pickled herring, new potatoes, fresh strawberries, and of course, a glass of schnapps to celebrate the festival. It's not all about food and dancing. It's a day filled with fun, connection, and appreciation for Sweden's wonderful summer days. Have you ever attended a midsummer festival? Experience this unforgettable tradition. Sweden, where traditional festivals reflect its rich Nordic culture, each with its own special meaning and fun activities for every visitor. Number 1. Cost of living in Sweden. How much does it cost to live in one of the most beautiful countries in the world? Sweden is famous for its high quality of life. What about the cost of living? In big cities like Stockholm, Gothenburg, and Malmö, it can be quite high. A one-bedroom apartment in the city center can cost between $980 and $1,400 a month. However, if you choose to live on the outskirts of the city, the cost can drop to around $700 to $950 a month. As for other living expenses, if you cook for yourself, your monthly food expenses can range from $240 to $430. Services like public transportation, utilities, internet, and entertainment are also quite reasonable compared to big American cities. So how does the cost of living in Sweden compare to the United States? In cities like New York, Los Angeles, or San Francisco, monthly living expenses can range from $2,000 to $6,000. Sweden is still a reasonable choice for those looking for a stable, clean, and safe living environment. With this cost, would you choose to live here? If so, share your answer in the comments. Who knew a country could be so peaceful and so vibrant at the same time? Sweden is that quiet wonder, where innovation meets tradition and nature meets culture. Not just a destination, it's a discovery, a place that doesn't scream, but speaks to your soul. So, would you like to hike in its quiet forests, sail through its archipelagos, or perhaps start a new chapter under its pale Nordic skies? Whatever piqued your curiosity today, we hope this itinerary leaves a mark. If so, let us know what you think in the comments below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe to Act Travel Documentary, where each journey tells a deeper story. We can't wait to take you on your next adventure.